Howdy, Imbuent. Good evening, or good morning, if you're over on that other side of the world. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Okay, so we got to get into cheese mode here. We won the die roll. That's a fantastic start. Winning die rolls is always recommended. We can play a turn 1 Blood Moon. Also a good start. Hand doesn't do much after that, but, you know, assuming turn 1 Blood Moon's going to be okay. As I'm pacing the pews in the church corridor, and I can't help but to hear, no, I can't help but to hear an exchanging of words. What a beauty. You should always make blue mana with the Lotus Petal if you can, because blue mana is strictly better than other mana, especially in Legacy. Groom's bride is a whore. I chimed in with... Watch them just, like, go, like, basic forest or basic plains pass back. Just, like, make us wish we played the Chalice on one. Oh, life is great. Haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door? No. Better to face these... Alright, there's a delta. That makes me feel better. Well, in fact, you all look... This deck is live by the sword, die by the sword. You're going to have a lot of high variance swings in both directions. Pour the champagne. Oh, well, in fact, just need to draw some mana. I mean, technically, our marriage is saved. Well, this calls for a toast, so pour the champagne, pour the champagne. And look at that average converted mana cost on our hand, though. 15, 11, 8. Oh, no, basic island. Oh, no! Oh, no! Don't cast a brainstorm! Don't do that, opponent! Oh, no! Remember that time we needed to draw the second land so we could Chalice? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Closing a goddamn door now. Alright, that's the thing. Traveling to play Magic is really expensive and time consuming. And that's part of the reason I started streaming Magic again, is I get like it costs me a fraction of the money to like sit here and play from home, and like talking to like 300 or 400 of you directly is infinitely more exposure than just like playing at an open where I'm going to get on camera for like, you know, maybe 4 rounds if I'm running particularly hot. I chimed in, haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poison. Oh, yep, we're about to die to this in 10 turns. Just so everything's above the board here. Oh, yeah. It's just running hot. Our lands are so upset that they're all whiteboarded, we're just not going to draw any of them. I mean, like, sneak attack's something we wanted to draw at some point, right? The problem is they're going to have a force by the time we have lands now. This is just good deck building, really. Found the road to nowhere to escape. I yelled back when I heard thunder, down to one last breath. Oh no! "6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet so far down." Or if we breaking... Oh, we hit this turn. Okay. If we... No, we're just dead. We could hit Seething Song, and they could not have a force. Alright. So, if we don't hit Seething Song, we're dead. And we need them to not have a force of will. Good now that it's over. Somewhere in Heaven save me, but I'm down to one last breath. All right, you know, live by the sword, die by the sword. The thing you board out the most often is Seething Song for sure. Want to become slightly slower and more threat dense post board. Magus of the Moon is reasonable. I think Trinisphere is going to be fine. I'm going to bring in one Sudden Shock just in case they have Containment Priest in their board. Wurmcoil is probably less than great in this matchup where they have Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, I guess I'll bring in a second Sudden Shock as well. Because we had 3 mountains on our side of the table, Proker. Blood Moon is symmetrical. Follow me, but I still believe I'll something left for you and me. It's funny, like, whenever I play this deck in paper, the number of people that, like, they tap your City of Traitors when you, like, play another land, and you're just like, no, I have a Blood Moon out. My City of Traitors is a mountain. It doesn't die. It's like, I know how my Magic cards work. Maybe my Ingot Chewers are supposed to be in here. They're playing Stoneblade. That's probably not worth it. I would love to go first. So what a fantastic start to the night. 10 out of 10 keep this. Turn 2 Trinisphere on the play. Sounds great. Hold me now. I'm 6 feet. What's better than Creed? Hoagland singing Creed? Obviously. Far down. I'm 6 feet from the edge. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? Like, those are in there to kill things like Ensnaring Bridge, mostly. And, like, sometimes you're going to, like, see this island and you're like, do I play around Spell Pierce? You're not playing this deck to not jam into it, so jam into it. Brainstorm resolves. Correct. Wurmcoil, through the breach and sneak attack both sacrifice the troop you put into play, so Wurmcoil leaves behind 6 power. Send me up. And again, now we just want to draw lands for the rest of the game. Like, it is against the Twitch terms of service to play music while you stream. Copyrighted music, like the music I'm listening to in my own headphones. Against the Twitch terms of service, and technically illegal in most countries, I believe. So, been good. You're gonna correct that fetch, buddy, because your spell costs 3. Feel awkward as I should. Well, hopefully we'll just run some lands off here and play this Blood Moon next turn. Now got you and me. I am imagining. Man, fetching Underground Sea is bold. Guessing a Thoughtseize or something here? Tapped our colors wrong. Meddling Mage, sure. Naming Blood Moon? It has to be naming Blood Moon, right? Sneak Attack, sure. Come on, just give me an untapped land. Please? Can't even play that. Because of Trinisphere. That's really unfortunate. Nope. Twitch, basically, it's Twitch tells people not to do it, but they don't mute the streams while they're live. They can just mute the archives. The Twitch, the agreement that you sign when you, like, agree to stream and when you become a partner is that you're not going to infringe on copyrights while you're streaming. Yeah, see, like, a lot of people don't know that. It's just, like, such commonplace that, like, everyone steals music that, like, you know, like, this is just what you do. Quality showing from the big red deck this first match. If you can't lose games of Magic like this without becoming frustrated, you just can't play a deck like this. My opponent should leave all of these cards in our hand here, I think. Maybe they take the Blood Moon, but they should probably just leave all of them here. Yeah. And, like, you know, you're going to have a lot of variant swings where, like, your opponent just dies without getting to do anything too, but, like, this deck is not, if you're looking to be interactive, this is the wrong one for you. Terror of the Twinkie with the subscription. Welcome back, friend. I appreciate the support. Yeah, you can put legally free music on your stream. That's good, but that's, like, not what most people stream. They're playing, like, you know, classics and network or top 40 hits and stuff that people really want to listen to. To you. I mean, if we run, like, closer to ever, like, we had good starts there, but, like, we ran pretty cold afterwards. Like, this deck is full of mana. I am not a lawyer, so I don't know all the finer details of with the Pokemon logo there. I'm pretty sure there's some kind of free use. There's some kind of free use stuff with fan adaptations and stuff like that, but I am not a lawyer, so. No, you cannot stream anything on YouTube because the people that make that YouTube content depend on the revenue generated by ads. So, like, if I'm playing music from a YouTube video for all of you, that's one play even though, you know, 400 people are hearing it. Can I play the Sandstone Needle here? There's a reason why there's only one of these left in my deck. Because it's, like, so awkward against these Wasteland decks. I think I'm just supposed to play the Mountain here and hope to draw an untapped source next turn. It's possible I should play out the Lotus Petal here, because they could be a Thalia deck. It's most likely Death in Texas, yep. This matchup's close. We've got a lot of good board cards. God, port sucks. Oh, are you not porting me? Weird. Okay, not traditional Death in Texas, sure. Right, let's hit an untapped land so we can breach this Griselbrand next turn. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Alright, you know. Oh, wait. Gotta do this first. Put this guy into play. I would like to draw some cards. Man, that's pretty close, right? Yep, definitely want to draw some more cards. Need another piece of fast mana here, which we hit. All right, this is a better showing of why this deck is good. This is a better showing of why this deck is good. So just like turn 2, NBD. Hold on. Hold my beer. Make red mana. I get the whole squad's gonna join in on this one. Whole squad's getting in on this one. Seething Song. Seething Song. Sneak attack. Nice fair deck you got there, opponent. Activate. Put Inferno Titan into play. Deal 3 up here. Oh yeah. This is how we get it done, fam. This is fair and balanced, you could argue. And see, this is why Blood Moons and Legacy are fair, because like this is the type of crap people do in Legacy, right? Just like here's my boys. Here's my boys and girls. Enjoy. Enjoy. Did you have fun, opponent? I had fun. I had fun. I hope my opponent enjoyed themselves too. Not quite sure what my opponent is doing. They have Chalice. Okay, so easy information. They have Chalice, so that means Chalice is not good against them. So let's board our Chalices out. He gets most likely Goblins. Interesting. So I think the Ingot Chewers are fine. If it's Goblins, Kozilek's return's probably okay. Maybe bring in a couple of sudden shocks, too. Cut this Magus of the Moon. Seems fine. Let's give this a go. If they have Chalice, you should probably always cut your Chalices. Just, like, easy first cut. Against the decks without, like, Counter Magic and our Thought Seizes, without discard or Counter Magic, you can leave the Seething Songs in. Doesn't do Death Texas. This, like, kind of hedges. Like, Chalice isn't very good against Death and Texas anyways, and, like, we're bringing in K returns and some Sudden Shocks, which are cards that are reasonable against Texas. So, like, I think this is, like, a fine midpoint board plan. You disappear. Fucking fight. Anyone have any good F&M stories? It's Friday night. People play Magic on Fridays usually, right? Much better now that you're gone forever. Man, gotta be on the draw again this game. I don't know if this hand's good enough. It doesn't really do a lot. I feel like I just want more lands in my opener in this matchup. Like, they've got ports and wastelands. Yeah, this is technically a turn 2 Wurmcoil. Sure. Do not need another Blood Moon. Coming clear. Okay, so they are in fact Death in Texas. Makes this Wurmcoil slightly worse. Glad we mulliganed the hand with double. I guess that hand also had Ingot Chewer in it, right? Speaking of. Whoa, I'm not lying, denying. Yeah, I mean, like, Spreading Seas and Blood Moon aren't actually very good against Tron. People that say Blood Moon needs to be in the format to keep decks like Tron in check haven't actually played the matchup that much. Like, you need pressure, not just disruption against those decks. That's unfortunate. They can port our basic. I liked my basic land. I didn't turn 1 Wurmcoil because we couldn't. There's a Chalice for 0 right here. Underneath the glowing white light. Oh, you know what? Maybe we should restart Magic Online. It's probably leaking. Let's play the How Much RAM is Magic Online using game. Oh, only 1.5 gigs. That's actually not that bad. It's less than I was expecting. Less than I was expecting. It's okay. We're all fairly dumb. To you that I always do. This is the last time I'll take the blame for the sake of being with. Mutually break down the sacrifices. I don't think I want to play the City of Traitors out here. I'm going to discard this anyway, so might as well play it, right? I mean, like, 1 gig of memory is not completely unreasonable. Back in the day, Moto would regularly, like, leak and use all the way up until, like, 2 gigs. Like, the ceiling on what a 32-bit application could use. We are not running so hot on the drawing lands portion of the deck this evening. This is I think I'm just gonna play City of Traitors at this point. It's probably gonna wasteland it anyways. But you know, learn one the sacrifices, never knowing. So it'd be like a Mangarda. It's gonna like void our mountain. Trusting me pushes me away. Mirroring Curse, sure. Alright, so they are death and taxes, so we definitely want the 4th sudden shock post board here. Probably want to cut the 4th Blood Moon, actually. They mulliganed, and like they kept a hand with a Chalice and a Vial, and like some mana disruption. Yeah, I think so. Like if we draw like a Through the Breach, I want the Emrakul. Think I'm bidding the Blood Moon at this point. Since we drew that, this means if we draw a mountain next turn, they probably have another 3 here. They don't. So if we like draw a mountain next turn, in 2 turns we can go City into Songs into Titan, clean up their idiot here. They probably have a plow in their hand. I can't think of what else they'd be holding at this point. Simian Spirit Guide would be excellent too. Actually, Simian Spirit Guide would be better than Mountain, right? Because then we could just like play the Inferno Titan. Sure. Now it needs to be like this turn, right? Spirit Guide, please. Or Mountain. I guess we can. Mountain would still be okay. Unless they have a 4-drop to play. Alright, let's take this next game on the play here. Highway. I actually think Magus is better than Blood Moon in this matchup because it can attack and block. I don't think either of them are particularly stellar. Shutting off Caracas is nice on occasion when they have it, but I don't think either of them are particularly great. Hey, Jim with the host. Welcome, folks coming over from Jim's channel. I would love to play first. Thank you. Yep. This is our bed, and we're going to lay down in it. God, I just like don't have mana in anything tonight. And Blood Moon just like really doesn't have that much of an impact on this matchup. The reason why we boarded them out. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to go to 5 here. Like we have some really scary 5 and even 4 card hands. And the open I top 8 with this deck, there's a camera of me like mulliganing to 4 against Stevens on the play and like killing him on turn 4 through a Force of Will. It was definitely not bad. Not bad, JPEG. Sure. Yeah, this is fine. I'm gonna bottom that. We're looking for mana at this point, I think. We hit a soul land next turn. We can play just turn 2 Inferno Titan. Just like hope they don't have a plow. Some dance to remember. Some dance to forget. I think I'm playing the team open next month. Haven't actually decided yet. I'm still waiting on my 3rd to confirm that they're playing on. They want to play on a team, and then if that's the case, we're gonna do that. And I'm probably gonna make the trek out to Star City, Roanoke, Virginia, for the Invitational at the end of June. But I really don't plan on flying to anything, and they're not playing. They don't have many Midwest Opens this year, so sure. Aethersworn Canonist, rude. Upside, that's an artifact. Ingot Chewer kills artifacts. Land. That's like a land, right? That one. Kill that one. We had one sweet turn so far tonight. League's still young though, right? I don't know if we're going to play this whole league. It's quarter after midnight here already. Time you like. Now, Sneak Attack and Through the Breach are live as well. Yeah, always. If you ever see me in an event, feel free to just come on up and ask me to... I'm always happy to damage people's property. I mean, like, that's castable, I guess. It's better than drawing another fatty boom boom. Really glad we bottomed the Wurmcoil the way this hand panned out. It was definitely correct to do it at the time, and just, like, this hand showing why. We just wanted to dig for more mana with this hand. Ancient Tomb. What an interesting build. Exile target creature until they become the monarch. Sure. They just literally just played a grizzly bear. Okay. I think that's fine for now. Show me Sneak Attack. If we draw Sneak Attack, we're still going to put the Griselbrand in. Just because, like, they have Caracas, but I would like to draw a bunch of cards, so sign me up. Oh, wait, what? Wait, how does this work? So that, I guess I should have read, that becomes the monarch. Oh, so they draw a card every turn now until I hit them? I didn't realize the monarch had text. Just, you know, continue bricking and die. Like, our deck has 27 sources of mana in it right now, and it's not drawing them. They get a personal Howling Mine until we hit them for damage? Is that how this works? So, like, if I sudden shock them during their main phase, I'm gonna become the monarch? Is that how that works? Alright, well, this is dying in response to this equip. Combat damage. Okay. I don't have to take them off the Caracas. Like, if we sneak attack this into play, we're just going to draw enough cards to power through the Caracas. Like this. Got 14 looks at another Simian Spirit Guide. And I am just activating this and putting the Griselbrand in ASAP here. And look, that's cute. You're drawing 2 cards a turn. I think that's adorable. Oh, I actually didn't find anything that scary, and they've got this stupid thing. Oh, we haven't played a land yet. God bless. And I can't explain. Never will rule this world. Was when I ruled the world. And this is why, you know, it's like just waiting to kill my opponent here. This is the part where they die, right? Just like, didn't do anything, finally drew the card that mattered, they died. Nice fair deck you have there, opponent. Alright, 1-1, scoreboard. On the on the board. Sure, we could put in Magus to the Moon, or they were like, it's like a choose your own adventure book, right? Just like kill your opponent however you please. I saw the seal. Ruled the world. This guy. This guy. I think he's been playing 2-color Stoneblade decks. I think it's pretty decent. Just like turn 1 moon. This deck is like a study in why fast mana isn't legal in Modern. Hey, Kent. Probably getting Spell Pierced here. Possibly a Brainstorm looking for a Force. They kept their 7 on the play knowing what I'm playing, so they're just fetching that. They could have an island in their hand. Their deck's got a lot of basics in it. Yeah. Hey, Slink Eraser. Yeah, we've shared Magic a few times this week. Should check out my YouTube channel, which is linked below in the stream information for links to past stream archives. And again, this City of Traitors is a... so he's pretty unlikely to be able to interact with a sneak attack on the table game 1. So I'm just going to take this opportunity to try and cast this now while they don't have Spell Pierce up and while they have less of a chance to see a Force of Will. Alright, so they have the Force, that's fine. But, like, they're only going to be more likely to have a Force as the game goes on, so I feel like you should always ask your question ASAP. I do. Don't worry, Kidder, I got you. I don't think I'm actually going to play this deck at the tournament, but we're going to work on Dead Guy Ale and, what's it called? The other one. They have Stoneforge Mystic here? They do not. Alright. Play this backup Blood Moon, I suppose. Why always blue mana? Because blue mana is strictly better than all the other colors of mana, especially in Legacy. I'm gonna fight. Oh, look at that! Now we just need a fatty boom boom. 1 Emrakul, please. Do you? Don't say anything. Got a Jitty here? Ugh! Holy shit, we're just dead, right? Yep, just did that. I told him to play that card too. I'm a big dumb stupid. Alright, well, let's cut Seething Song. Magus of the Moon's probably a little medium -2. Let's bring in Sudden Shock is almost certainly fine, and Trinisphere is probably fine. Blood Moon's not stellar. Let's bring in the 3rd Trinisphere. Yeah, I think I like this plan. You won't be there for me. I think No Miracles makes a lot of people happy. I was feeling pretty good there. Like, you could add another counterspell and made us feel a little bit bad, but, like, Sword of Feast of Tab was just, like, unbeatable from that position, right? I think this hand's fine. A lot of times we're going to mulligan to play around Blood Moon, so, like, having turn 2 Chalice into turn 3 Trinisphere. This is a little bit slow on the draw, but I think on the play this is more than appropriate. It's not even Jitty, right? Play out my first beautiful mountain here. Okay, I think it's great for the 4-bet. Anyone that's really paid attention to Legacy knows that Sensei's Divining Top's been living on borrowed time for the last 4 years. WotC just finally decided to get up off their butt and care about it. Behind. Miracles wasn't a control deck, it was a prison deck. It's kind of a fine line, but Miracles was definitely a prison deck. It's definitely a prison deck. 10 out of 10. Stone Forge, yep. Don't get Feast and Famine. Just a Batter Skull. Good, God bless. We got a Wurmcoil in 2, followed up by an Inferno Titan. They don't have another land, that's great for us. Sure. You can't do anything else anyway, so you're just like playing it out now for the auto pass value. Can appreciate it. I mean, these basics are probably the single best thing about the deck, right? They brick on a land here again. This Wurmcoil is going to resolve, which would be great. They drew a land. That's unfortunate. Means they can counter my first play here. I think I'm going to lead on Inferno Titan. I think I'd rather this one get countered. And this is how you kind of interact with your opponent in this deck. You choose the order that you sequence your threats in. So, like, they have to, like, try and counter. You want to try and sequence them so they have to counter the ones you care about the least first. Because, like, I think Wurmcoil's a little bit better than Inferno Titan here. But they're both pretty good, right? Like, he's probably not beating either of them. Oh, this is gonna be good. That was a clutch draw. So we get to Through the Breach here in response that he can't respond to because Trinisphere is in play. So I'm gonna put this Emrakul out. I would like to put this spaghetti monster into play. Studios Magic Online decides to catch up here. That is. That's all I got. And like he's gonna keep the Vendilion Click here, right? And like we could realistically die to this Vendilion Click before we draw a threat that we can play. That being said, having found Griselbrand here, that means any sneak attack or Through the Breach is going to be another threat, but he keeps a permanent, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, this is much worse than like a Worldspine Wurm here, right? Because then we'd leave a bunch of power left over. And hey, we just shuffled a Through the Breach and an Inferno Titan back into our deck here. And our opponent's not able to play any spells because we have a Trinisphere in play, so we've got 4 draw steps here. Alright, that's the first miss. Probably should have actually played that out because it costs 3 mana. Oh, geez, that was technically a mistake. Nah, it doesn't matter. Got one more draw step here. Again, live by the sword, die by the sword. Sudden Shock gives us redraws too. Hey, look at that. A card he can't counter. Weird. And there was a game 3. All right. Onward, upward, backward, forward. Yeah, some Blood Moons are probably fine here. The Kozilek's return's probably not the worst, honestly. It's probably better than this extra 3rd Blood Moon. is the Ingot Chewer worth having is a question I kind of want to ask myself. I'm not sure that it is. You know, it might be that these Blood Moons, again, are just worse than Magus the Moon, because Magus the Moon has power and toughness. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Magus plus Kozilek's Return is not a combo, but, like, there's only one of these and only two of those, so it's probably fine. Someone remind me to restart Magic Online after this match is done. BT dubs. Huh. I think this hand's actually fine. We usually just want to be able to cast everything we draw in this matchup. Like when they're disruptive and don't have a super fast clock. Second Through the Breach is excellent. Tends pretty bad to Vendilion Click, but it is what it is. It's got a turn 3 Breach for Emrakul. It's blinded me. I kissed her on the cheek, and then I waved goodbye. I had the saddest look I've seen in years. A kangaroo cried. Pathetic. Getting clicked. No, not yet. Alright, so this is kind of sweet. Because Through the Breach is I'm going to play this out now too. Because Through the Breach is an instant, we can Through the Breach on their end step and then Through the Breach again on our turn. That being said, they can click us in response to the breach, which kind of sucks. How long will we have to sing until you finally bring our sons and daughters home? Usually they only have like 2 clicks, right? I'm probably going to end step Through the Breach. Close as we can feel. Do you believe in me? Getting clicked in response. That's unfortunate. Alright, hopefully we're a professional lucker here. They're going to take our Emrakul where he has to draw another card. We knew this was a potential possibility, right? We have to live by... And that, ladies and gentlemen, live by the sword, die by the sword. All right, let's play this. Let's make sure we don't misclick here. I think this goes against the Twitch terms of service. Yeah, you're not wrong. I think I need to smoke a cigarette after that one. I don't even smoke, but I could use a cigarette. Always draw 14 cards before you kill them, right? Just like it's strictly correct. I'm sorry, Rogue. Okay, I'm gonna restart Magic Online real quick here, so hopefully it stops white screening a little bit. As often. Oh. Alright, let's not show you how long my password is. Things that help with brute forcing. I mean, we do play 2 Emrakuls for a reason, Rogue. Like, why would we wouldn't even play the second one if we weren't going to be able to draw into it, right? We had one entire other Emrakul in our deck to draw. Come on now. If you want to find out how you top 8 with the big red deck, that's how you do it. Sometimes you're going to lose games where you literally just don't draw a second or third land, and sometimes they're going to click your Emrakul into your second Emrakul, and they're going to die. Anyone that tells you that they won a Magic tournament or top 8 at a Magic tournament without getting lucky is a liar, or they just weren't smart enough to realize where they were getting lucky. These games are variants by design. I would love to play first. Thank you for asking. This hand is great. Turn 1 Chalice, turn 3 Through the Breach. We're on the play. What if you can see the darker side of me? This animal I have become, not the real me. Do you have the force of will? You do not. A functional. This is probably the best 7 we've had all night, right? And like we're 2-1, and this is the best 7 we've had all night. Wooded Foothills could be anything, even a burn deck. Suspend Riftbolt. Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm just gonna, like, cast this on turn 3. Well, they don't have a second land. That seems bad for them. Yeah, I'm gonna help them out here. I'm gonna do some damage to myself. Go. Burn deck, you say? No, come back, opponent. Don't you want to play more Magic with me? Come back. Opponent. That's so rude. I just wanted to play Magic with them. Alright, so usually they bring Ensnaring Bridge out of the board, so we're going to bring in the Ingot Chewers. Trinisphere seems fine. I could see Sudden Shock being okay too. I think we just want like Ingot Chewers and speed. Animal I have become. Got almost 450 people hanging out here tonight. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your evening or day or whatever you're doing here with us. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a TCG player and content producer, and I took a bit of a hiatus from streaming Magic Online to stream other games like Hex and Pokemon and stuff like that. And I'm still doing Hex content on the regular, but we're going to add some more Magic Online back into the mix. I've done some paper Magic streams as well. Remember, if you're enjoying the content and you're new here, use that follow button on your screen. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps other people find my work. If you do enjoy the Magic content, you want to let me know there's people willing to support my Magic content, you can do that in a couple different ways. The first is by subscribing on Twitch for varying amounts or becoming a patron on Patreon. There's different rewards for doing both of those things, so be sure you check those out. Information's down below the stream with links and all that good stuff. If you missed any of tonight's stream and you wanna see some more of it, you definitely should check out my YouTube channel, which is linked in the stream information below as well. This hand is Lit Fam. We get to, if we draw a Spirit Guide or a Lotus Petal, we turn 1 Wurm, and we're turn 2 Wurming regardless, which if we don't get bridged early, we should be great. So, one of our 8 outs, one of our 8 cards, one of our 8 hits. I fucking love this deck. This deck is so fucking great. If you're looking to have a good time in Legacy, boy, do I have a deck for you, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, do I have a deck for you. I think our turn 1 is marginally better than their turn 1. What do we think? What do we think? What's going down? All right, let's attack here. I'm glad the rest of the, give the rest of the, so when this dies, we get 3/5. And people ask me, people often ask when they look at this deck list for the first time, why there are 2 Worldspine Wurms and 2 Emrakuls. This situation right here comes up more often than you'd think, where, like, Emrakul wouldn't have been very good here. They would have just, like, killed their land and dealt 15 to them, and then we'd have nothing going on. Now, they're dead on board. Nuff. Down in the dirt, she said, this doesn't hurt, she said, finally had enough. Wurm is also reasonable against Crockett. How much is this deck of paper? I have no idea. I am blissfully ignorant of how much Magic cards cost. SpareDeck.com, we mentioned my sponsors. MTGO Traders is the primary sponsor for the Magic Online stream. If you're going to buy and sell online cards, check them out. But for paper, MTG Card Market or SpareDeck.com, you can rent Magic decks, although I don't think they do Legacy. Unfortunately, they just do Standard and Modern. I believe the playset of cities is like north of $1,000, right? Because hashtag reserve list, hashtag MTG finance douchebags, hashtag why would you want people to actually play your fucking card game? Like, come on, WotC. Come on. Just print the fucking Magic cards so people can play. And actually, Kent Ketter's there in chat. Card Hoarder handled that whole situation, what happened with Kent, very poorly, and I am not associated with them since, so, you know. They're all the way down to 140. I think the people that are into Magic Finance is the worst thing about TCG communities. I just want people to be able to play the games. I enjoy playing games, and I'm lucky to be blissfully ignorant of how much most Magic cards cost. Because, like, when I need to play this deck, I've got 2 or 3 different people I can call up and say, hey, can you, like, you mail me the deck and I can borrow it for the weekend? Like, I'll ship you, you know, some cut. And draws me up now. Someone had a bad day online, yep. €80. I mean, a euro's like $1.50 to $2, right? A lot of time, I'm not sure what the current conversion rate is, but I feel like a euro is usually $1.50 to $2. What's your favorite Magic card? Do I still have them sitting around here? I have a F&M promo Spellstutter Sprite, a whole playset of them. 10 out of 10, my favorite Magic card. Sounds great. Turn 2 Blood Moon. A little slow on the draw, but we've got a turn 3 through the Breach in case they answer the turn 3 Blood Moon. Delver? Delver's a hard matchup. Not impossible, but definitely hard. Yep. I'm just gonna try and Blood Moon him now. Like, they have Daze and Force in their deck, which makes this hard, but we're not playing this deck to not play it, right? Just fucking jam. They're choosing which of Daze or Force. Yep, that's unfortunate. It's fortunate we don't have a Spirit Guide to punish them there. The day we've lost, the lives we've reclaimed. Man, I thought this card was banned. Oh, wait, wrong format. The good news is we're 3-1, so this league is a free roll now. $10 out of 10 bringing in a pile of Trinispheres in this matchup. Yep. Unfortunately, we're just going to lose our City of Traitors here because the Blood Moon died. I have not played Epic, but I've heard really good things about it. I kickstarted Epic Digital, and I was intending to stream some of it, but they don't have all of their cards in the game yet. And the constructed deck I wanted to look like interesting to play was the constructed deck I was interested in playing didn't exist. So I'm waiting for them to add more cards to the game. Eternal is like a casual / cheap version of Hex. Eternal is like Magic Light, and I don't really want to play a Magic Light game. Hex is like Magic Plus, and like Hex has cash tournaments I can play from home. So like for someone like me that's interested in playing card games competitively, Hex is a much better option than something like Eternal. Probably not beating a 4-sword days here. Pretty sure we're just jamming into their counter magic here. Again, we're not playing this deck to not make them have it. By you. And for reference, a lot of people get offended when I give my description of some games like that. Like, if you enjoy playing Eternal, it's nothing personal against you that I don't enjoy it. Like, everyone gets to enjoy different things. Why card games are sweet. Well, I start playing. I don't know. I've never actually played the game, but I'm going to give it a try, and we'll probably give it a try on stream because if I'm playing the game, I might as well be streaming it. But I've heard good things about the game. Maybe I don't want all these sudden shocks. I probably want all the Trinispheres. This card's so good in this matchup. Their deck is so land light on average. I think I want all of my bombs, though, too. Maybe it's just, like, only one sudden shock. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Actually, I think Trinisphere is slightly better than Blood Moon. Are we sure this list has enough Blood Moons? I don't know. I could check again. Sand doesn't do a whole lot. So, like, in these matchups where they have a lot of disruption, a lot of the time you're powering through it by just, like, playing enough must-answer cards. And Sand doesn't have any must-answer cards. Yeah, if you check my YouTube channel, there's a bunch of archives of me streaming Eternal. I've logged probably upwards of 50 or 60 hours playing the game between the closed and open beta. I think this is, like, the sudden shock, like, might make this marginally keepable. Like, it does have a lot of mana, and it's kind of resistant to a Wasteland or a Daze. We can just, like, hard cast Simian Spirit Guides. Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan this. Our 6 has to be better. That seems like medium minus. I'm gonna keep this. We just need to draw some mana. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I do not want a Trinisphere. I want to draw some lands. We can get to the sneak attack. Opponent mulliganed to 5 and bottomed as well. Okay, sweet. So they have a force in their hand. Sweet. Well, I found a land. But I don't have a Daze, too. That's pretty good. This has to eat a counterspell, basically. Probably a turn late. We're going to get Dazed now. Yep, that's unfortunate. Yeah, sometimes you get Delvered. That's fine. Finish the league 3-2. Get a treasure chest for our trouble. Some quality and edutainment. Played 5 matches of this league in just about an hour, 59 minutes, about an hour with wait time. Simian Spirit Guide, you are 1 turn late to the party. No longer. Clunger. Hopefully draw Soul Land next turn. That's a Pyromancer. Swift Spear. Okay, so like the Delver Burn deck then. They probably have a force in their hand. I feel like they don't keep a no land 5 without a force. Like keeping no land 5 with just days seems loose. Womp womp. They chose not to shuffle. Oh, we are almost certainly dead here. Alright. Yeah. Maybe they're really bad. It's the part where you watch their hit points go down to 17. Yeah. Alright. We could draw another sneak attack or a through the breach. When they're forcing this, that means they don't have Vapor Snag. That's adorable. So if the Trinisphere, if we would have hit the Trinisphere a turn sooner, we would have killed them this turn because they wouldn't have been able to cast any of these spells. They would like just have a Delver and like then the sneak attack would have hit and we would have bodied them this turn. Chain Lightning, sure. So they're Chain Lightning us here. It's a shame we don't have red up. Oh, yeah, that's true. Land lets us play a 6-drop. A lot of good hits here. Chain Lightning's going to put us down to... Chain Lightning puts us to 1, right? Any spell kills us here now? Jeez, opponent. Way overkill with that. So yeah, so just a turn behind. The Trinisphere would have lined up before they could daze us. It probably would have had to eat the force. Things would have worked out a little bit better for us. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and head off, folks. It is almost 1 a.m. here, so I'm going to go ahead and head to sleep. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Welcome back. We had a few subs and resubs. Red Baron! We're just ending here for the night as well. Thank you, and welcome to the folks who are there. I'm going to be streaming Magic on the regular again. But I am signing off for now. I've been going for about 3 hours. So if you want to catch the archives, we streamed Modern and Legacy this evening. We just finished a league with this big red deck. They'll be up on my YouTube channel in the morning. So I will catch you all around.